In a surprising turn of events, the influential Teamsters Union has come under fire from Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez after its president, Sean O'Brien, publicly refused to endorse Vice President Kamala Harris for the 2024 presidential race. This refusal sparked an intense exchange between the progressive Congresswoman and the union leader, a confrontation that quickly gained national attention and shed light on the growing divide between organized labor and progressive politics. It all started when Sean O'Brien, the Teamsters president, appeared on CNN with host Dana Bash. During the interview, O'Brien was asked about the union's stance on the 2024 presidential election, specifically regarding Vice President Kamala Harris. His refusal to endorse Harris was clear, and he went a step further by critiquing Ocasio-Cortez for her focus on labor matters. O'Brien remarked, "Should maybe get into her district, where it voted far-right Republican, and maybe find out what the problem is." O'Brien's statement, suggesting that AOC's district in New York leaned Republican and supported Donald Trump, was a bold claim, one that was quickly picked up by the Trump campaign and its supporters on social media. However, the data told a different story. AOC was quick to respond, posting on X that Teamsters Local 202, which represents her district in the Bronx, had officially endorsed her just hours before O'Brien's remarks. O'Brien's attempt to discredit Ocasio-Cortez was quickly met with backlash, not only from the Congresswoman herself, but from several local Teamsters chapters across the country. Many local chapters expressed frustration over the national union's refusal to endorse Harris, with some even breaking rank to offer their own endorsements of the vice president. This move highlighted a clear rift within the union, as several chapters in key battleground states endorsed the Harris-Walz ticket, signaling their continued support for the Democratic Party. One of the most telling responses came from the Teamsters National Black Caucus, which voted unanimously to back Kamala Harris, emphasizing her role as a leader and advocate for working families. This split within the union's leadership reveals a deeper issue of alignment between labor's traditional values and the progressive movement, which AOC represents. For Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, labor issues have been at the forefront of her political career. Representing New York's 14th Congressional District, which encompasses parts of the Bronx and Queens, AOC has consistently advocated for workers' rights, unionization, and fair wages. She has been a vocal supporter of striking workers across various industries, and her relationship with organized labor is one of mutual respect and shared goals. Her response to O'Brien was not merely defensive. It was a reiteration of her belief in the importance of unions endorsing candidates who will fight for the working class. In her rebuttal, AOC argued that O'Brien's refusal to endorse Harris was not in line with the union's stated objectives of protecting workers' rights, securing better wages, and ensuring safe working conditions. She highlighted Harris's track record as an advocate for labor and pointed to her role in supporting legislation that would benefit unions and their members. This public spat between AOC and O'Brien underscores a larger issue facing organized labor today. Traditionally, unions have been staunch allies of the Democratic Party, but recent years have seen a shift, with some union leaders expressing discontent with the party's progressive wing. Sean O'Brien's appearance at the Republican National Convention in July and his refusal to endorse Harris seemed to signal that some labor leaders may be distancing themselves from the progressive movement. However, this divide is not universal. Many rank-and-file union members, especially those in key battleground states, continue to support Democratic candidates, viewing them as champions of workers' rights. Harris, in particular, has garnered support from union members due to her advocacy on issues such as paid leave, health care, and minimum wage increases. Her partnership with President Biden has also been seen as beneficial to organized labor, especially following Biden's executive actions to protect union workers and strengthen their bargaining power. Sean O'Brien's stance on the 2024 election seems to have left him in a precarious position. O'Brien's previous criticism of Donald Trump further complicates his position. Last month, O'Brien condemned Trump for his comments on unionized workers, specifically after Trump suggested to Elon Musk that workers who strike or organize should be fired. O'Brien called this rhetoric economic terrorism, underscoring his belief that unions should not align with politicians who undermine workers' rights. However, by withholding an endorsement for Harris, O'Brien may have inadvertently weakened his own credibility within the labor movement. Many union members are now questioning why their leader would refrain from endorsing a candidate who has consistently stood up for workers' rights, especially when the alternative in Trump has openly disparaged unions. As the 2024 election approaches, the Teamsters find themselves at a crossroads. With local chapters endorsing Harris and expressing dissatisfaction with O'Brien's leadership, it remains to be seen how the union will navigate the growing tension between its national leadership and the rank-and-file members. AOC's public criticism of O'Brien has only added fuel to the fire, and the rift between progressives and more traditional labor leaders could have far-reaching implications for the election. For now, Ocasio-Cortez is standing firm in her support for Harris and her belief that the Teamsters should do the same. This clash between AOC and the Teamsters shows how political dynamics within labor movements are shifting, and it's clear the road to 2024 is going to be full of surprises. Will the union eventually rally behind Kamala Harris, or will this divide grow even deeper? We'll be keeping an eye on how this plays out, but in the meantime, what do you think? Should the Teamsters endorse Harris, or is this a sign of a broader shift in labor politics? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more updates.